I got kicked off of Facebook a bunch of times. Finally got back on. I'm in a sailing group, and I said that I need to change out the orifices on the stove, the gimbal stove, from natural gas to propane. All of a sudden, Facebook or the group thought that the word orifices was a bad word, and so they cut me off. You know, it's amazing that you have to tiptoe around words because it offends snowflakes and a lot of people. I was just watching an interview live of Joe Biden on the economy and giving out loans to businesses and stuff. And it was kind of funny. When he got done, he walked away. You didn't hear no reporters asking questions. You didn't hear no camera clicking, nothing. And he walks over, puts his mask on, and walks away. And I thought, wow, it must be nice to have a dictator for a president, because if you challenge him on any question, well, like that press secretary, who was that? Treasury guy that threatened that lady's life because she asked about his mistress. Maybe that's the same thing with Joe Biden and the, Democrat, liberal, lefty party. Maybe it's the same thing. You know, we are becoming a socialist country. We might as well get used to it. You can't ask questions, and if you do, well, you'll either disappear or end up in the alley with broken bones, because they got a 7-foot wall around the state capitol, United States Capitol, with 15,000 or 5,000, something like that, National Guards armed. What? Isn't this a free country? Can't we go and speak our minds? Can we not go to the Capitol? Well, I guess not, no more. But see, the Bible talks about this. God already knows. God knows what's going to happen in the end times. It's just like Pope Francis, or whoever the guy Pope is now. He said the Lord's Prayer is not accurate, so we have to change that. Well, if you know anything about Daniel and Revelations in the Bible, it talks about the Roman papacy taking over. I don't want to go too much into that, but yeah, I can't really speak too much on Facebook because you got to tiptoe around, and Facebook has taken me off public, so the only people that get my messages are friends and family, and I don't have too many of those. But hey, if YouTube still puts me out there, maybe my voice will get out. Too bad for Rush Limbaugh passing away. It's a darn shame. I used to listen to Paul Harvey. Paul Harvey had a thing one time of how do you take over a country? And it's not with military. It's with decades of teachers and government destroying and taking over the minds of the youth. And after a couple decades, you have totally succeeded on taking over that country. I remember Paul Harvey talking about that. And Rush Limbaugh, I mean, they hated him with a passion too. Even my sister said a bunch of her friends shouted for joy when Rush Limbaugh's, when they said Rush Limbaugh, passed away. They thought that, my sister's friends thought that Rush Limbaugh was a racist, a pig, and all the other things. It's funny that if you look up the definition of the word racist, it has nothing to do with what the people are talking about nowadays, racist. Racism. Yeah. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm a racist because I do believe that there are smarter races. Not talking individual. Never said the word individual. There's a lot of smart individuals out there. But as a whole, as a race, there are more intelligent groups of people out there than others. That's not racism. And if it is, then I guess I'm racist, because there are smarter groups out there. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Look around the world and tell me what countries are the most highly educated in every field. There's only a few of them. Well, that's all I got to say about that for right now. I still give Biden 6 months from January, and I believe that the Democrat Party will take him out of power because he's not meeting their agenda. And even though Donald Trump is out of power, they want to destroy Donald Trump. They don't just want him out of power, they want to destroy him so he'll never be able to run again or do anything. You know, they want to sue him until he's penniless on the corner with a sign saying "Need food." Anybody like Donald Trump, anybody that has the same ideas as Donald Trump, they will come after you and destroy you. They do not like the way you think. They had on NPR, the World Health Organization says that rich countries are selfish, like America, obviously, because we're buying all the vaccines and we're not giving them to the poor countries. Well, we go back to racism again, I guess, because those poor countries are poor for a reason. The United States is rich because God founded the United States. There's more Christians in the United States than any other country in the world. And God knew that, and that's why he founded this country with a bunch of Christians. So, you want a bunch of vaccines? Then tell your country and the leader of your country to start making good decisions for your country. I'm sure any country can be like America. Europe is like America. Canada is like America. They got a lot of stuff. But it's the leaders of the countries that make the country. And it's the people that put the leaders in power that make the country. So you put those things together and you can have a wonderful country. But if you have a corrupt leader and you have a bunch of corrupt citizens, then it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you'll never be a good country. You'll never strive because everybody's too selfish. But more about other things later. Good luck with the pandemic. I heard Israel is telling people after their second shot, you don't need to wear a mask, go about your business. In America, the Democrat liberal lefties are trying to take over and take control. So the other day, Dr. Fauci on Sunday morning said, not only after you get your second shot do you have to wear your mask, but you also have to still keep 6 feet away. Well, then what good was getting the shot? What good is getting the shot if everything is the same? No, it's not the same. But they love the control. They always will love the control. They will come for your guns pretty soon too, but that's a whole nother story. Ciao for now, people. I guess I'm the grumpy truck driver. This has gotten to me, man. Over a year. Over a year. I've been all over this country. And all I hear is lies and lies and rumors and lies. COVID. 500,000 people have died from COVID. And like I tell people, I'm so glad for COVID. And I'm so glad that we got it, because not one person has died from anything else in the year 2020 and 21. I love COVID. I hope it sticks around, because nobody is dying from anything else, according to the CDC. Go look in the papers. Everybody that dies has COVID. Yep. Isn't that funny? Now, if you take, in reality, you take the real rates of death before COVID ever came, it was a lot higher than 500,000. We're talking alcohol, tobacco, suicides, every possible form of death in the United States. Okay, now you add that with their 500,000, and it's like 1 million people a year are dying in the United States. Ain't gonna be too long until everybody's gone. But I'm talking too much. Anyways, ciao people.